メジャー翻訳速報。
メジャー翻訳速報海外の反応へようこそ。今回はドジャースとロッキーズの対戦をお届けします。大谷翔平選手が見事な活躍を見せ、第1イニングだけでホームランとタイムリーヒットを放った試合です。ドジャースが初回に7点を挙げる姿は迫力満点でした。この試合の詳細な解説を翻訳してお届けいたします。お楽しみください。ぜひチャンネル登録もよろしくお願いします。コメントもお待ちしております。
Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. I'm John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parr. The Dodgers complete a 3-game sweep over the Colorado Rockies. In the first 20 games of the season, it's already the Dodgers' 4th series sweep. They put up a touchdown in that first inning, Jerry. You're thinking this game's going to be a laugher, but they had to hang on for dear life. They got some great relief help and a lot of offense early, and it was enough to get the win.
Yeah, I love the offense, especially early. You mentioned it, John. They really swung the bats extremely well. Shohei Ohtani put us on the board right away, batted around as well. Love the offense. You mentioned the bullpen. Bullpen has been huge all season long. Big tonight.
Listen, for the Rockies, you got German Marquez, who has a lot of success here at Dodger Stadium, but in that first inning, the bats really came alive and put some runs up. And as you looked at this, you were thinking, okay, this is going to be the one that the Dodgers can be in control throughout the game. But the Rockies fought back. The Dodgers managed to get one insurance run after that, but nonetheless, it was really about the bullpen for the Dodgers. They coming in and doing the job once again, from Bonda to Kasparis throwing 3 innings, to Vesia, and then Tanner Scott closing out the game. Bullpen, excellent job.
And a great job as well from that bottom part of the Dodgers lineup, the much maligned that people have been talking about. But tonight, that 7 through 9, all those 3 guys, they were productive, including Andy Pages, had multiple hits and 3 RBIs, and right now he's standing by with Kirsten Watson. About the bottom 3 guys in the lineup, because we know what the top 4 or 5 guys are usually going to do for this team. But what it does to this lineup when those 3 guys at the bottom are producing the way they did tonight with 5 hits, 5 RBIs, this offense is unstoppable.
No, it's huge. And, I mean, I think we saw that in that very first inning. All of a sudden, you turn that lineup over, and then you have those big guys at the top. And especially we're looking at Shohei Ohtani, who's there at the leadoff spot. We'd love to see him come up with guys on base. So, you know, his home runs aren't just solo shots that we've been seeing as early right now. But listen, it's early in the season. This lineup will get going. We see the bottom part, so you need games like this. We actually even talked about this before today's game. Talking about when you have a team like the Rockies who has been struggling so far this season, how important it was to take advantage of that and try to get the sweep today. And we also said that teams like this can possibly spark those that have been struggling, such as the bottom part of the lineup.
What I loved about Andy Pages at bat, it really started out his very first at bat. Pitcher was on the ropes, bases loaded, first pitch swinging. He went up there looking for that fastball, did not miss it, rocket to left for 2 RBIs. Another at bat, line drive once again, getting on fastballs. When you're hitting down the order, you should get some fastballs to hit. He took advantage of those fastballs tonight. Really looked good because he was aggressive in the strike zone.
And the Rockies started this game by scoring 1 in the top of the first inning against Bobby Miller, and the Dodgers immediately answered. They got the Shohei Ohtani home run to quickly tie it, Nomar, and they just kept on hitting in that first inning. They put up 7 on the Rockies.
Well, we heard about Dodger offense in the past, and they talk about just passing the baton. We saw that in the very first inning of this game. You're exactly right. Shohei Ohtani early on, just getting a pitch, breaking ball over the middle of the plate and trying to hit it to our set once again. I mean,
you break it, you buy it.
Exactly right. So he hits it long and far, and Freddie Freeman putting on a great swing too. The Dodgers offense in that very first inning were ready to hit, and we're really doing an excellent job taking advantage of balls going over the middle of the plate. Marquez really, all of his pitches, whether it was a breaking ball or fastball, falling over the middle of the plate, and big league hitters are supposed to do damage, and the Dodgers did.
That's a great swing right there from the real AB. We call him the real AB for a reason. 2-out lightning coming in, gets a hanging breaking ball with 2 strikes, does exactly what he should do with it. How about in the next batter, Shohei Ohtani, rocket to right once again. 2 hits in that first inning. We saw that home run and RBI knock as well. When this offense is rolling on all cylinders, boy, is it fun to watch. It was so great to see the bottom of the order contribute. They need to keep that going on this road trip.
Dodgers get the win 8-7 over the Rockies. We saw Shohei Ohtani with the home run and an RBI single just in that first inning alone. Right now, Shohei is talking with the media.
Shohei, when you're part of a first inning like the one today, just how important was it to get things going early and give that run support to your pitching staff?
大量得点でその大事さっていうのを1回でいっぱい大量得点取れたのはチームにとってどのぐらい大事なんですか？
入りとしていい入りができて初回からああいう形で打線がつながるというのはみんな集中できている証拠じゃないかなと思うので素晴らしい1イニング目だったかなと思います。
It's a superb first inning overall as a team. It's a really testament for how focused we are from the get-go.
For you personally, Joe, obviously is a big swing. Just what were you seeing there, and how are you just feeling at the plate right now?
ホームランの打席ではどういう感覚でしたか？
甘めの変化球だったので最近あんまり引っ張った打球で上がってなかったですけどいい角度で上がってたのでいいスイングだったなと思います。
It was a hittable off speed in the zone. Thought I was able to lift it pretty well. Something I wasn't able to do recently.
How have you felt just about this 20-game start overall for you at the plate?
まあ全体振り返ってみてこの20試合
個人的に
そうですね。
そうですね。比較的にどうなんですかね。毎年毎年すごいいいスタートを切れるかって言ったら比較的にそんなにいいスタートを切ってる方ではないと思うので個人的には例年通りぐらいなのかなとは思ってますしリハビリの方も順調に進んではいると思うのでそこも含めていいスタートじゃないかなと思ってます。
Overall in my career, I don't really have a hot start in the beginning of the season, so I think I'm on par with what I usually do at the plate. My rehab has been really going on pretty smoothly, so I think overall it's been a really good first 20 games.
One more, guys. You didn't steal a base tonight, but has getting used to that new slide been an adjustment at all, and how have you just kind of felt about on the bases so far?
そうです。ギリギリのタイミングではどうしても避けなければいけないもっとテクニックの必要なスライディングが必要になるので、そういうギリギリのタイミングじゃない時はなるべく負担のかからないような形でやりたいなと思ってます。
As long as I'm not too, as long as the play isn't too close, then I think I want to slide in a way that will keep me safe. But obviously there will be some plays where it's going to be close, and I would have to just find a way to get, just be able to reach the base. So in that sense, I have to be able to adjust as well.
Upstairs, check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Jessica Mendoza.
All right, Jess, after a disappointing series against the Cubs, losing the last two games, the Rockies come to town. The Dodgers were supposed to take care of business, and they did.
And the bats came to life. I think that was the most exciting part, is to see it from the get-go. All three games scoring early, which it puts a little bit of relief on the starting pitching, on the relief pitching. And tonight was a perfect example. 7 runs in the first inning.
I mean, they didn't have 10 hits in any game. For the entirety of the season, they do it all 3 games of this series. And we talked about it pregame, Jess. This was a big sweep. Yes, you already had the series clinched, winning yesterday. But to ensure a winning homestand and, most importantly, get on the bird happy going to Texas and Chicago, that's big for this team.
How much better is 4-2 than 3-3?
Yes.
And getting on that plane, I mean, it's a huge difference. And honestly, it helps with a bit of an exclamation point. You kind of are able to get rid of that Saturday game. You know that you swept the Rockies. You expected to sweep the Rockies, but the way they did it, you're feeling good getting on that plane.
Dodgers will be off on Thursday, back at it on Friday. We will see you then.
All right, Stephen and Jessica, thank you. As we take a look at that calendar, the Dodgers hitting the road for the next 5 games. They'll go to Texas this weekend, play 3 against Corey Seager and the Rangers, and then a mini 2-game series at Wrigley Field to finish out their season series with the Cubs. Back home next Friday to host the Pittsburgh Pirates. Saturday's game will be on Fox. All others right here on Sportsnet LA. Freddie Freeman hitting his first home run since coming off the injured list and his 3rd straight multi-hit game. We've got plenty of offense to go around and more reaction coming up from a series sweep. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Jerry. It's Shohei Ohtani starting off a 7-run first inning with his 6th home run.
Love to see it. When he walks up at the plate, like old Sarge used to say, Gary Matthews Sr., he's already in scoring position. 1-0, good guys right there in the bottom half, able to tie it up right there. That's what the big show does. Gets her right back in the game.
Technically, it tied the game at 1-1, but then he knocked in the 7th run of the...
I came back to it.
Dodgers get the win 8-7. The winning pitcher, Ben Kasperius, his first victory of 2025 right now. He's talking with the media. Yeah, that 3 innings from Ben Kasperius tonight, no more. That was huge for this team because Bobby Miller only lasted 3 innings. The bullpen had to cover 6 innings, and they were fantastic. They allowed just 1 run, and they struck out 9 over those 6 innings.
Yeah, they really were, and you hear Ben talking about that, how, you know, he really wanted to come back, especially after this last outing, wasn't happy, wasn't satisfied, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You looked forward to getting back on the hill and going out there and attacking hitter. It looked like that. He looked like he had an attitude out there on the plate. And we weren't sure if he was going to come out for a 3rd inning. But Dave Roberts like, listen, we need you out there, especially the way the bullpen has been taxed. And we need you to go out there and continue to try to put up zeros. Yeah, he gave up that 1 run, but that was it. He limited the damage because you had Bonda going in and then Ben Kasperius. But his performance to go 3 innings, that was really huge for the Dodgers.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Nomar. Anthony Bonda did an outstanding job kind of shutting the door right there. But Ben Kasperius, outstanding job shouldering the load tonight. And what I love about guys like him, and that's what I want to see, are they able to make adjustments? Are they able to bounce back from their last outing? Boy, did he bounce back in a huge way, not just in 1 inning, but for 3 innings. And then Alex Vesia, he has been so consistent since he's put on that Dodger uniform, continuing to get better. Look at that cambio right there from Alex Vesia. He said, hey, go sit down. Yeah. You can say that.
When you put it right there and how fired up. I mean, he went over there, and I mean, that was a perfect spot with that changeup. Then he gets the breaking ball. You're like, hurry up, Freddie, please get the out. And then you get the swing and miss. And then after that, then you turn it over to the closer. I mean, Tanner Scott, you know, this is when they signed Tanner Scott, because you've seen Tanner Scott be dominant over there on the mound. And, man, today he looked dominant. But that location with that fastball right there was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not fun right there. Fastball 97 at your knees. That pitch right there, Doyle, a very good hitter. Getting him to chase that breaking ball. Here, McMahon, that slider down. When he makes his pitches, he is so tough to hit.
Outside of Ben Kasperius, Dave Roberts went lefty, lefty, lefty out of that bullpen, and those guys were fantastic tonight. 6th save of the season for Tanner Scott. Dodgers hang on to get the win. Still more to come. Shohei Ohtani went 2 for 2 with a homer, and that was just in the 1st inning. The Dodgers with their 4th series sweep of the season. We have more reaction coming up from Dave Roberts as well as Bobby Miller. And Bobby Miller's so been looking forward to 2025, trying to put that 2024 season, which was really difficult for him, behind him, Nomar. And there were some encouraging things on when you look at his statistical line with the 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk. But then you look at the rest of the 3 innings, the 2 home runs allowed, 6 runs, 84 pitches to get through 3 innings. What do you make of what you saw tonight?
Well, listen, I mean, we talk about command, right? And we say there's a difference between command and control. I think he had control, which he was throwing more strikes than we've seen in the past, but the command wasn't there where the balls weren't really necessarily going to where he needed to be. He also touched on, like, he had his fastball and his curveball working, and he had that a good feel for that, but he didn't have his changeup or maybe his slider working. Well, guess what? If you have 2 pitches and you really feel you still be able to get through more than what you got through here. You know, I heard him also talk about I will trade, you know, punch outs for quick outs. Well, in order to get quick outs too, yes, he's right. I got to continue to pound the zone, and you get those quick outs. But the other thing, though, too, when you watch him, is the way he pounds the zone, his ball is still straight. I mean, I think that really right now is one thing. You know, he has the velocity, but listen, they're going to be able to catch up to it. When we were watching, walking behind there, and you see Bobby Miller, and I know I was there as we were walking behind home plate and watching him throw, his fastball, it is straight, but you also see the ball. It really looks almost like those Iron Mike pitching machines. He's going to have to find a way either to have some deception in his delivery to hide the ball a little bit longer, or he's going to have to maybe try to figure out some other movement. Like I said, if you want to trade punch outs for quick outs happen when you're in the zone and you have some movement that miss the barrel. Because a lot of his hit balls that they end up going in there that they're hitting, it's one thing to get the swing and miss. That's great, but he's not getting a whole lot of it. And when they make contact, they make hard contact on his ball because it has a tendency to be straight.
Nomar is dead on. Listen, we care for all our guys, everybody. I mean, obviously we have a job to do. We're doing the pregame, postgame show, but we know how hard it is to perform at this level every single night. We don't forget that at all. Bobby Miller works extremely hard. He is as tough as it gets. The thing that we see, he has the stuff, he has the makeup, but the difference is I think he's working so hard. And yes, when it's on, it is on. We saw the swing and miss with that breaking ball. When it's a little off, the hitters are able to pick up on it right away. Big league hitters are able to square balls up in the zone. There's a guy I came up playing against. His name was Roy Halladay. He had, when he was around 22, 23 years of age, he had a season where it just wasn't there. He was showing the ball, and hitters in the big leagues were squaring it up. He had to make an adjustment. He changed his arm angle, and he became probably the toughest right-hander I ever faced. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. As a hitter, sometimes you have to make adjustments. Shohei Ohtani had a high leg kick when he was in Japan. Comes over here, put his foot down, and we have seen him do damage at the big league level. Hitters make adjustments, and sometimes pitchers need to make adjustments, whether it's their delivery or maybe the arm slot, because Bobby Miller has too good of an arm, too good of a stuff, so if he makes a little bit of a mistake, they're hitting it hard. He needs to figure out a way, whether put something on the ball as far as with your fingers or change your arm slot to create movement, because this kid, man, we all root for him. He works extremely hard. We want to see him have so much success because the stuff, the makeup is there. He needs to tweak something in his delivery or arm angle, and he could be that dominant guy.
And last year he had one of the best fastballs in terms of velocity, Jerry, in all of Major League Baseball, more than 97 miles an hour. But opponents were hitting close to 350 off of it. I'm sure you face guys who throw 90 miles an hour, but they hide the ball, and they're a lot more effective than someone like a Bobby Miller who, like Nomar was saying, he's showing you the baseball.
Anibal Sanchez. Go look up Anibal Sanchez. Threw 92 to 94 miles an hour. When I faced him, might as well throw 150. I could not see the ball. He hit the ball so well. Then I would face guys through 100, 101 miles an hour. Felt like he was throwing 91 miles an hour because I saw the ball right away. Deception is huge. If you hide the ball or change your arm angle, have some movement, that changes the game. So really, velocity doesn't really mean a whole lot, especially guys at the big league level, if they can see the ball right away.
Yeah, I mean, when it's straight and it's over the top, I mean, you're just, as a hitter, you're just like, thank you. You're not even worried about, like, I'll time that up. That's not a problem. But when you have guys that are really hiding it well and you don't know, and Dodgers have guys like that in their staff. You're seeing some of that, and sometimes we're always looking at all these stats and everything. You're looking at, well, what's the velocity like? Look at that, or look at all that. I mean, doesn't really matter, you know, and everybody's like, oh, what's a spinner? It doesn't matter. If if you're able to see it and it's straight, thank you very much.
You know who figured that out also? I played with a guy named A.J. Burnett. Remember A.J. Burnett? When he threw 100 miles an hour?
Absolutely.
2-0, 3-1. Here comes 100 miles an hour right down the middle. What happened? Bang, bang, bang. Yep. But A.J. decided, you know what? I'm going to go 92 to 95. I'm going to sink it. I'm going to cut it. And he became a pitcher. Yeah. And then A.J. was tough to deal with. Yeah. What about the velocity? He changed his arm angle and started moving the ball. And that's who that kid, the code red, Dustin May's doing. Yeah. Man, I'd rather face a guy throwing 100 miles an hour in straight than sinking and cutting it. But again, listen, I know it sounds like we're maybe picking on Bobby Miller a little bit. We're not picking on Bobby Miller. We care and love Bobby Miller. We know how hard he works. Yeah. We want to see him succeed because we see it. We all see it. Yeah. This kid could be a difference maker on the mound. Yeah.
All right, Dodgers get an 8-7 win over the Rockies, and Jerry's called shot before the game was Austin Barnes, the real AB. His first hit and first RBIs of the season tonight. Jerry, job well done.
Thank you.
More reactions from the series sweep coming up.
He said he did it out.
The Arco top-tier stat line, Jerry. The Dodgers put up a touchdown and kicked the extra point in the first inning. The 7 runs, the most of any inning for them this season.
Well, it's very important. You got to make sure you kick that extra point to get that 7 points. I love the attack. Dodgers 1 through 9. They did bat around this inning. Pajes jumping on the fastball. Look at the real AB. Gets a hanging breaking ball there. Rocket down the left field line.
But we know they're capable of doing this many more times over a course of a season. Talked about the importance of that bottom part of the lineup today. This lineup looked like the Dodger lines that we say in the past that passed the baton, going out there and putting pressure on the pitcher.
All right, Dodgers finish off a sweep over the Rockies. Let's head inside once again and hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts, with the media.
Start with Bobby Miller. Just just what were you seeing with him today? Because he had the swing and miss, and he's getting strikeouts, but just what do you think is leading to that hard contact?
I think, yeah, there was some strikeouts in there, certainly, which was good. But, you know, when you get a 7-1 lead, you've got to be able to go deeper in the game. You have to. You got to be able to chew up outs. You've got to get count leverage. They're a young, aggressive ball club swinging the bat, and you just can't get behind. And, you know, when you start running deep counts, then you're going to make mistakes. And case in point was a totally at bat, hanging breaking ball with count leverage. And you've just got to, you know, Bobby's just got to learn to navigate innings better and to go deeper in games. But the stuff is good. The curveball was good today. The command of the fastball was good. The changeup and the slider were just non-competitive. And so that's something that we got to get back to. But it's a learning lesson. I think there were some encouraging things in the sense of the strikeouts that we talked about. You know, he's trying his tail off. He's competing. He didn't run from it. But, yeah, you do have to understand how to navigate hitters and innings to go deeper in games.
As much as we saw the big swings from the top of the order, how encouraging was it to see the bottom of the order really get going today?
It was really good to see. I think what stands out, obviously, I thought Andy the last couple of days is swinging the bat a lot better. Max is taking really good at-bats. I thought that at-bat versus Peralta was his best at-bat of the season, missing a homer, hitting it foul, lining a ball, taking some good pitches. So him getting on base certainly is very helpful for our ball club and the bottom of the order, and just some good things. But obviously what Shohei and Freddie did tonight was, you know, really stood out.
With Bobby, like ending like the third, when you kind of envision him growing and improving, like how does he kind of navigate that better? Like where did that inning kind of get away from?
Well, I think that you didn't see any ground balls tonight. I thought there were opportunities to get a ground ball double play, getting in and out of at-bats in 1-2 pitches, certainly with an aggressive hitting team, understanding how to minimize damage. I think those are the things that he's been around long enough. He's pitched well up here. He certainly has the talent to do that. And so I think that's something that he's got to continue to keep front of mind.
You kind of expecting Shohei to hit one over the pavilion one of these days?
Yeah, I do. If it was a day game or as we get into the summer, that ball's out of the stadium. So it's going to happen at some point.
Well, was it good to see the offense kind of have like an inning like that? Like I know you guys have had some good performances, but you haven't really gone off in like one frame like that. Is that kind of a good example of what you guys are capable of?
It is. And I think even this series, I thought better than any series by far this year. We've done a good job of building innings and creating some stress, beating the starter, and we did that 3 times this series. So that was encouraging, and we're going to have our hands full this coming series. We got some good arms that we're going to be seeing, so it'll be a good test for us.
Dodgers now head to Texas. It'll be Yoshinobu Yamamoto continuing his brilliant start to the season. He gets the ball Friday against the Rangers in 4 starts this season. Yamamoto has an ERA of 1.23. Nomar, what are you hoping to see from him against a dangerous Rangers lineup?
More of the same. He's really just been outstanding this season. You know, obviously with the command of that fastball, we know the split finger, all of his pitches attacking the zone, just more of the same. He has been pitching like an ace, and hopefully we see that ace against the Rangers.
I want to see that sinker a little bit more. Outstanding pitch. We know about the fastball and that split, but that sinker to the right-handed hitter, nasty.
And a great pitching matchup. Yoshi against 2-time Cy Young Award winner Jacob deGrom Friday night. First pitch 5 p.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 4 o'clock on Sportsnet LA. Thanks for watching. Dodgers sweep the Rockies. We'll see you Friday.
いかがでしたか？大谷翔平選手の活躍が光る試合でしたね。彼の素晴らしいパフォーマンスは今シーズンもドジャースの大きな武器になっています。次回もメジャーリーグの最新情報をお届けしますので、お楽しみに。この動画が面白かったと思った方はチャンネル登録、高評価お願いいたします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。